Hi guys, at muling nagbabalik ang inyong engineer, Benong. So we're down to the last type of conic section and we have here hyperbola. Okay, hyperbola parang hyper lang na parabola kasi kung nakita nyo, kung titingnan nyo lang yung kalahati ng isang hyperbola, di ba parang parabola lang naman siya na pinagbaligtad or pinagtalikod mo lang. Okay, so hyperbola is defined as locus of point which moves so that the difference of the distance from two fixed points foci is constant is equal to the length of the transverse axis to A. Okay? Kung kanina sa ellipse, ang definition dun ay sum, ang hyperbola naman po ay difference. At makikita nyo po yun sa equation natin. So sa general equation, plus minus ax squared, ang katapat niya ay minus plus cy squared. Ibig sabihin, kapag positive si A, negative na po si C. Or kapag negative na si A, positive naman si C. So, contra sign po yung meron tayo. Okay? Kita nyo yung dalawang focus natin. This is the focus 1 and the focus 2. Yung line segment na yan, pag pinag-minus mo yung haba, yun po ay equals lang sa length ng ating transverse axis. So, mamaya i-discuss ko yung transverse axis. So, additional information lang. May special type po tayo ng hyperbola. Yun ay tinatawag nating equilateral or rectangular hyperbola. Masasabi po natin ganun ang ating hyperbola kung ang transverse axis at conjugate axis have the same length and asymptotes are perpendicular to each other. So, kaunting math terminologies lang. Okay, ang hyperbola po, may dalawa din tayong cases. Okay, pwedeng ganito, pwedeng ganito din. Okay, pag horizontal po yung transverse axis natin, ito po yung transverse axis natin. Okay, ang positive mo ay ang x. Kapag naman ang positive mo ay y, ganito naman po ang itsura. Okay? So, kapag ang x ang iyong positive, mag-reflect ka sa y. Pag mag-reflect, ibig sabihin, kumbaga, parang naglagay ka dito ng mirror at kung ano yung na-project dito, ay yun din yung mapoproject na image. Kapag naman vertical transverse axis, ibig sabihin, positive naman yung y mo, ibig sabihin, parang naging mirror mo si y-axis at kung ano yung pinaproject mo dito, ay mapoproject mo din dito. Itong dalawang broken lines na to, yan po yung tinatawag nating asymptotes ng ating hyperbola. Okay? Remember, asymptotic lines are lines na papalapit ng papalapit pero never kakapit or never maglalapat. Okay? So, analyze lang po natin yung sa mga line segments ng ating hyperbola. So, ang ating hyperbola ay may center din po. Okay? So, di ba sa ellipse, mula center papuntang vertex, ang haba nun ay A. Dito ganun pa din po, mula center papuntang vertex, yun ay A. Mula center papuntang focus mo, na may label ditong R, yun naman ang iyong C. So, kitang-kita mo, pinakamahaba ngayon dito si C. Kasi kay ellipse, pinakamahaba si A. Okay, tatandaan nyo ha. Mula center papuntang vertex, ang haba nun ay A. Kita naman dito, mula center papuntang focus, yun naman ay haba na C. At ang relationship po natin ay parang Pythagorean theorem, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Eccentricity, ganun pa din po yung formula, C over A, kaya lang po, ang lagi nyo makukuha dapat ay greater than 1. Okay? Still, with the latus rectum, 2b2 pa din po yung ating formula. So, kung ano yung haba ng mga line segments kay ellipse, yun din yung definition ng haba kay hyperbola. Magkakaiba lang po yung location ng mga length. Magkakaiba lang yung location ng points natin. Okay? What are the coordinates of the foci of the hyperbola x squared minus 4y squared equals 4? What are the coordinates of the foci of the hyperbola x squared minus 4y squared equals 4? So from the problem, hanapin daw natin ang coordinates ng foci ng ating hyperbola. So kailangan ko muna siyang ilipat sa ating standard equation. So, I'm going to multiply both sides by 1/4. So, this will become x squared over 4 minus y squared over 1 equals 1. Okay? Very visible that this is a. A squared is 4, so a is 2. And then, b squared is 1, so b is equal to 1. And then, ang relationship kasi pag hyperbola ay parang Pythagorean theorem. Alin po yun? Yung c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Okay? So, that is 2 squared plus 1 squared. So, c is equal to square root of 5. At kung titingnan ko tong equation na to, alam ko na ang center ng hyperbola natin ay at 0, 0. So, kung ina-drawing po natin yon, ito yung center natin. Okay? Center papuntang vertex, that is distance A. Center papuntang vertex, that is distance A. And then, wag niyong kalimutan, may focus din tayo. You have here the focus 1 and the focus 2. Center papuntang focus, that is distance C. Okay? So, kung 0, 0 yan, gano'n daw kahaba ang C? Square root of 5. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Square root of 1, square root of 2, square root of 3, square root of 5. So, malinaw lang, kung titingnan ko yan, that yung location ng ating focus 1 and focus 2 is at plus minus square root of 5, 0. Kalinya lang po dito. Okay? So, hindi ko syempre ma-precisely madodrawing yung square root of 5. Okay? So, ganyan lang po ang paghanap ng coordinates ng mga foci, vertices. Ganun lang pong kalala. Okay? So, please copy.
The eccentricity of the hyperbola 16, quantity y minus 6 squared minus 9, quantity x minus 7 squared equal to 144 is equal to the eccentricity of the hyperbola.
From the problem, guys, we are asked to find the eccentricity of this equation. So, kailangan ko muna siyang ilipat sa ating standard equation. So, multiply ko both sides ng 1 over 144. So, meron akong y minus 6 squared all over 9 kasi 144 divided by 16 minus x minus 7 squared divided by 144 over 9, which is 16, equals 1. Okay? Hindi ko na po kinalculate kasi alam ko na ganito yung mangyayari kapag meron tayong mga equation. So, ako kasi madami na po ako na-solve na problem, kaya alam kong magkakahatakan lang yung dalawa. Okay? So, sumunod tayo sa format na 1 minus k squared all over a squared minus x minus h squared all over b squared equals 1. So, kung ipapattern natin pala, a squared pala ay equals sa 9 at ang a ay equals sa 3. Tama? And then, ang b squared ay equals 16 at ang b ay equals sa 4. Okay? Pinapahanap sa atin yung eccentricity which is equal to c over a. Eh, wala pa akong c. Okay? Ano ba ang relationship ng a, b, and c kapag hyperbola? Parang Pythagorean theorem. That is c squared equals a squared plus b squared. Okay? So, that is 3 squared plus 4 squared. C is equal to 5. C is equal to 5. Okay? Kung gagamitin ko yon, C is 5. What is A? 3. So, this is the value of your eccentricity. And tama kaya yung value na nakuha natin? Ano bang range ng hyperbola, ng eccentricity ng hyperbola? Kapag hyperbola, hyper parang greater, so eccentricity is greater than 1. And 5 over 3 is greater than 1. That is why this value is correct. kung sakaling nag-compute ka ng value ng eccentricity at ang nakuha mo ay less than 1 at ang equation mo ay hyperbola, aba, ay di ikisala o mali. So, recheck. Okay? So, yun po yung kahalagahan na alam niyo din yung mga ganitong values. Okay? Para pag manghula na lang kayo, at least maging intelligent guess naman. Okay? So, please copy.
The foci of the hyperbola are 4, 3, and 4, negative 9, and the length of the conjugate axis is 4 square root of 5. Find its eccentricity. The foci of the
Okay
hyperbola...
guys, from the problem, binigay sa atin ang coordinates ng focus 1 tsaka focus 2 at yung length ng conjugate axis which is simply 2b which is equal to 4 square root of 5 and pinapahanap sa atin si eccentricity. Okay, recall natin ano ba ang formula ng eccentricity? Eccentricity is C over A or simply A over D. And dapat ang ina-expect nating value ng eccentricity, that should be greater than 1 kasi ito ay isang hyperbola. Okay? Tatandaan nyo din that the distance between focus 1 to focus 2, that is 2c. So we need to get the distance between points F1 and F2. So, distance between F1 to F2, so sabihin ko na lang siya ay x equals to square root of 4 minus 4. So ito lang po ay distance between 2 points. So x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And that is equal to 12. Do not forget that this is the distance between your foci, and that is 2c. So 2c is equal to 12, c is equal to 6. Okay? Next thing, binigay sa atin ang length ng conjugate axis, which is 4 square root of 5. At ang length ng conjugate axis ay equal sa 2b. So 2b is equal to 4 square root of 5. b is equal to 2 square root of 5. So, meron akong C, meron akong B. Sa formula, kailangan ko si A. And anong relationship ni A, B, and C? Parang Pythagorean theorem lang. Kapag hyperbola, C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So, that is 6 squared equal to A squared plus 2 square root of 5 squared. So, A is equal to 4. Okay? And then, gamitin ko na yung formula ng eccentricity, which is C over A. That is 6 over 4, or simply 3 halves, or simply 1.5. And obviously, tama kaya yung values na nakuha natin? Yes, definitely. Why? Because 1.5 is greater than 1. And the eccentricity for a hyperbola should be greater than 1. So, ganun. Tama. Okay? So, please copy.
Find the equations of the asymptotes of the hyperbola x squared minus 4y squared equals 4. Find the equation of the asymptotes of the hyperbola x squared minus 4y squared equals 4.
So, we're down to the last problem. So, given this equation of a hyperbola, let us find the equation of the asymptotes. Okay? So, merong mga derived na, tapos sasauluhin mo na lang yung sa akin, mathematical approach. Parang algebraic. Okay? Bago yan, di ba, kung meron kang x squared minus 9, anong factor nito? Sum and difference. Di ba? X plus 3, x minus 3. I-extract mo lang yung root at yun yung ilalagay mo dito. O kumbaga, general form, if you have x minus a squared, the factor is x plus square root of a times x minus square root of a. Ganun lang po. At kung i-observe mo, di ba, difference of two squares to, observe mo to. difference of two squares din po ito. So, pwede ko palang i-factor out to at gawin ganito. Okay? So, gawin natin. Pero, hindi pa pala pwede kasi hindi pa natin na-i-simplify. Okay? So, multiply ko muna both sides by 1/4. Meron akong x squared over 2. X squared over 4 minus y squared equals 1. Okay? Ipa-factor out ko tong buong to. So, meron akong x over 2 plus y quantity x over 2 minus y equals 1. Okay? And then, ito at ito, yan na yung equation natin ng asymptotes. X over 2 plus y equals 0. Remember to equate this to 0, not to 1. Kasi equation tayo ng line. Pag in-equate mo sa 1, para na po yan sa hyperbola. Equate mo sa 0. Remember. Okay? So, multiply ko both sides by 2. I have here x plus 2y equals 0. So, this is the equation of your first asymptote. Next, kuhain mo naman to. X over 2 minus 1 minus y equals 0. Okay? Multiply ko both sides by 2. I have here x minus 2y equals 0. And this is the second equation of your asymptote. Bakit po dalawang equation ang asymptote? Kasi kung ito yung hyperbola mo, this is the asymptote. This is the asymptote 1, this is the asymptote 2. Ano po ba pag sinabi nating asymptote? Ito po yung line ng papalapit doon sa ating curve, pero never lalapat. Never magkakapit. Palapit lang ng palapit niya. I-zoom ko to. Ito yung hyperbola natin, pero papalapit lang ng papalapit. Okay? Never maglalapat. Kasi pag naglapat na yun, tangent line na yun. Asymptote nga. Okay? Yung asymptotic. So, please copy.